Delia, is this the truth?
Oh, I don't lie anymore, Father. At least I try not to.
You sincerely believe that at the time of your marriage with Frank, your purpose was not to enter into the sacrament with him, but become a member of the Ryan family?
Yes. It's like I said in there, it was kind of an obsession.
It wasn't Frank you wanted.
It was Patty. But more than that, Maeve and Johnny and that whole thing.
But do you realize what this means?
The marriage was never valid. I hope you know I didn't know that then. I thought it was. I would never do such a thing, but I was mixed up. I see all that now.
And that's why you came forward with this statement.
Well, yes, I had to. It's not easy to admit I was crazy all those years. But like Dr. Pagano says, once you know, you're on your way. And it's what Frank wants. And why should I stand in the way of him having what he wants? I've been so lucky.
But that's a very generous attitude, Dee. I'm proud of you.
Really? I've changed, haven't I?
You have indeed.
Well, Dr. Pagano helped me a lot, but you know, really, I think it was Roger. He helped me to help myself. He even encouraged me to make my own money. And I'm really rich now. Did you know that?
I'd heard something of the sort. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, money isn't everything. I know that. It helps. But it's important that it be put to good purposes. Also, I think people should reap what they sow, so to speak.
Well, that's a very philosophical point of view.
For me, you mean?
You said that. I didn't.
Oh, it's okay. You know me practically better than anyone else. You knew all my secrets before anyone else did. So you can see how different I am now.
I am truly happy for you.
So am I. And if I'm happy, why shouldn't everybody else be? All those things Frank did when we were married, why should I hold that against him? Besides, I'm married to Roger now. Hey, if Frank and I get annulled, then Roger and I, well, we weren't married in the church, you know. We got married in Las Vegas, maybe.
Why don't we talk about it?
Delia.
Roger.
Excuse me.
Roger, hello.
Mother McShane.
I've just had a wonderful visit with Dee, but I really must go. Dee, thank you very much. And I'm sure you will reap what you've sown. Happiness, I hope.
Thank you, Father.
Nice seeing you, Raj.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, Roger, I have accomplished so much today. I just wish I could figure out whether I was good or bad.
You don't mind, do you?
No, indeed.
You're not expecting the Senate.
I'm meeting him in his office, and we are going out to dinner. By the time we get back here, the air conditioner will have removed all traces of Mr. Samuel Addison Snow's presence. Actually, you know, it's pity that Frank can't get to know you better. He'd like you.
That's very gracious. But I think the less chance the senator and I have to rub elbows, the better.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. But it is a loss. You see, I know the kind of people Frank likes. I also know what he thinks, sometimes before he does himself. Which is why I feel so completely confident about this.
You're something of an alter ego to him.
To be completely honest with you, pretty soon I'm going to be more than that.
Well, congratulations are in order. That is what you're telling me.
Yes, of course. But so far, we've only told the immediate family.
It seems to me Senator Ryan couldn't make a more appropriate match.
Ah, well, now you're the one who's being gracious. But I do like to think that I'm able to help Frank in many ways.
Political ways?
Yes, of course. So, This is the letter we talked about. I do hope it is what you want.
My endorsement of Raymond Leclerc. Uniquely qualified, experienced and knowledgeable in the field, objective, impartial. I have no reservations as to his appointment to the commission. Yes, that's just what I had in mind. Splendid.
Good. I'll have you know, not only did I write this myself, I also typed it.
Another hidden talent. The senator's signature will be his own.
Of course, trust me. And then?
Well, then you can trust us to show the appropriate gratitude.
Frank Ryan for vice president.
Nicely funded groundswell campaigns in each state, whenever you indicate.
Yes. Well, there's only one question left. What assurances can you and your people offer that Frank will never be embarrassed by this?
Well, our own self-interest assures that. If Senator Ryan were to discover he had made an endorsement which embarrassed him, he would repudiate it. And that would embarrass us.
So Frank will never have to know about this letter.
I think that would be in the best interest of everyone. Now, you're doing the senator a favor. He has an extraordinary future ahead of him.
You know, Frank, you're giving the taxpayers their due. Why don't you quit for the day?
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, I know you're driving yourself too hard. You come in here at 7 o'clock in the morning, you don't leave till 7 at night, sometimes later than that.
Well, this is where it's at for me at the moment, Bobby. See, right now, I have exactly 2 ambitions. To do a good job in the Senate and make things work out for me and John.
You and Jono and Ray.
Yeah, well, Ray goes without saying, but I've done all I can in that direction.
Is that thing still being held up by Dee?
Yeah. I just wish there was some way to convince her to make that statement. But it doesn't seem possible. So, I'll just apply myself right here.
Well, why is she holding out like that?
She's being vindictive.
Yeah, well, look, Frank, you know, I know Delia's made some mistakes in the past, but she has changed an awful lot. You know, I never thought I'd say it, but I think Roger's been good for her.
Well, they have a lot in common.
You know, it's funny. When you and Dee got married, I had such high hopes. She was head over heels in love.
Oh, yeah, she was. My brother.
Oh, come on, with the whole family. She admitted that to me. She admitted it to her doctor. So why doesn't she go on record for the Chancery?
Like I said, Bob, spite.
Well, when you think about it, I can kind of understand that she'd have some resentments about the marriage. I mean, it started off well enough.
What, are you trying to throw the book at me, Bob?
What do you mean, you and Jill and all that? Hell no. I'm just saying Dee was young and starry-eyed.
Dying to be protected.
And you were dying to protect her.
I admit that. I've always admitted that.
Right.
Just, I don't know, I guess we were both on the rebound. Dee from Patrick. And me...
You from that little slick Park Avenue socialite.
Oh, C.C. Harris.
Oh, I bet you haven't thought about her in a while.
No, on the contrary.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, I got a letter from her congratulating me on my election.
Oh, I bet. They have her teeth marks all over.
Stop it.
Well, Delia kept you away from Cece. At least she's good for something.
Look, let's just cut this out right now. We both should know better than to start on D, either one of us.
Yeah. Frank, do you want me to talk to her about annulment?
Would you be willing to do that?
I could give it a whirl. I mean, she's been known to listen to me once in a while.
I'd appreciate it, Bob. You'd have to figure out some way to convince her that there's something in it for her. Otherwise... All right, look, I'm sorry.
Now, look, the way I see it, what can she lose? She's happy now. Her marriage is working out fine. Maybe she's secure enough to take care of somebody else for a while.
Thank you. Now, would you like to sit for a minute and tell me about your wonderful accomplishments?
Well, I just gave Frank his annulment, I think.
Why? What changed your mind?
Well, I'm going to tell you all about it, but first I want to change it to something more comfortable. This is my meeting Father McShane dress, and it's itching me. Isn't this better?
Now, what was that comment about reaping what you sow?
Oh, I was just telling Matt that when you have a lot of money, it's a big responsibility, so you should be careful what you do with it.
And, you're not sure that what you've done is good or bad?
Well, it's good, I think. I mean, the way I've arranged it, everybody benefits. Everybody gets what he or she wanted. No, it's good. I'm sure it is.
Honey, you don't sound very sure.
Well, it's just that I feel a little wicked. And also very good. Ambivalent, that's the word.
I see. So you've pulled off something very clever.
Yes.
But you're feeling a little guilty.
Yeah. Is that awful?
I doubt it. I mean, whatever you've done, it won't actually harm anyone.
Oh, no, absolutely not. But I guess if anybody knew all the ins and outs of it, they might not like it very much.
But you do.
I love it.
Come on, tell me.
Well, I've been dying to, but you had to go and take on another whole shift last night and leave me here to eat dinner all by myself.
Come on, Delia, tell me.
Okay, I will. Listen, I did it. I gave Johnny Ryan a check for $83,000, which makes me, in effect, the owner of Ryan's Bar, only it's a secret.
So Johnny accepted your proposition.
Well, what else could he do? He had to. I mean, there he was, $33,000 in the hole on his cocoa beans, and Mr. Grimley screaming at him, and with the $50,000 lien on Ryan's building, what could he do? I'm just glad that I could help him. So, the way we worked it, I'm going to pay him back over about 7 years. No, he's going to pay me back over 7 years, and I'm going to take only 20% of the profits in the meantime.
20% profit, 100% satisfaction.
Poor dumb Delia. Oh, I wish Patty could know. Or Mary, I'd love to tell her. Or Frank. Oh, but wait. There's more. I didn't use my money.
What?
Well, there I was in the middle of a big upward trend. How could I take all that money out of my commodities account? Oh, don't worry, Roger. I wouldn't use yours. But remember the other day when Ray came over here and offered me that $50,000 to make the statement about the annulment? And I got so insulted and mad I sent her packing? Well, then I got to thinking, what could be nicer than to use her money to help Johnny? I mean, she's got zillions anyway. Then Frank gets his annulment, she gets Frank, Johnny gets off the hook, and I get my new business. And the credit, which I deserve for arranging it all. So I went back to Ray and I said, make it $83,000, and she did. Of course, Johnny doesn't know about that part.
Honey, you are...
Smart, huh?
Not just smart, poetic.
Do you really think so?
I do?
Then how come I still feel a little funny?
Guilty.
At the same time as I feel everything else.
My little entrepreneur, your guilt is what makes it all possible.
What?
I used to think that guilt was a useless emotion. But then I discovered how wonderfully enabling it is. You see, a person can do all sorts of dreadful things as long as he or she feels appropriately guilty about them.
Oh, Roger. I know I told you this before, but I love the way you think.
And I think that we deserve each other.
You know something? So do Frank and Ray. Dr. Coleridge, could you come upstairs, please, right away? It's Tom's eyes.
Yes. Yes.
Tom, Dr. Coleridge.
When did it start?
Well, just a few moments ago. What's that?
Shh, shh. Now just follow the light.
I can see it. It's going from my right to my left. I can see it, Roger. I'm not imagining it.
No, there's a definite response. There's no
Some
question.
miracle. What did you do?
Well, Poppy just went outside to make the dinner. We had been talking. Oh, my God.
Look, Tom, I always told you there was a chance.
Well, I knew there was a chance. I just stopped thinking about it. Roger, this is the beginning, isn't it?
That may be so, but it might be a time before your useful vision returns. Congratulations,
Thanks.
Tom.
Oh, I think we should stay up here and celebrate.
I think that Tom and Faith would rather celebrate on their own.
Thank you, Roger. Wow.
Congratulations, Tom.
It's amazing.
Mrs. Coleridge?
Oh, Delia, no, though. She is rather exotic, I suppose. This is too wonderful a moment to let her spoil. Poppy, I'm glad you were here to share it with me.
Well, if anyone ever deserves such a turn of luck, it's you.
What is it? You sound odd.
I'm terribly happy for you.
And?
It's dreadful. I'm so ashamed. I really feel so much joy for you. But I can't help thinking.
Thinking what? Now it's all right, whatever it is.
No, it's not. It's horribly selfish, but I can't help it. When you get your vision back, you won't need me anymore.
I need your friendship. Faith and I both will. You've become a fixture in our lives.
I hope I see you now and then.
You most certainly will. And you can be sure of that. And what's even better still, I am going to see you. At last, I'm going to find out what you look like.
Greetings. Hope you two are as famished as I am.
Hi, Ray.
Are you starved?
Well, I don't know about the workhorse over there. I told him to take off 2 hours ago.
All right. I'm ready.
Well, good, because there's a wonderful little restaurant in my neighborhood which specializes in cheese dishes. You would not believe their fondue.
Well, as long as I can get a cheeseburger, I'm game.
Terrific, you sure can. Frank?
That suits me. Got about halfway through that pile over there.
Well, there's, one more little item of business. I, too, have been working. I have here 6 letters from you to various charitable organizations praising their efforts. Sign, please.
Good PR, Frank.
Okay. That sounds good. Are they all the same?
Pretty much, except for a few particulars. We really ought to do this sort of thing more often, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, why don't you make this a project of yours?
I will if you say so.
You know, you ought to leave that on Jeannie's desk so you can send it out in the morning.
Oh, there's no reason for that. I can take care of it myself. Why waste the time? Now, come on, let's get out of here and have a lovely, relaxed evening.
Yeah. Senator Ryan.
Frank, Mac here.
Father McShane, how are you? What is it? Is something wrong?
No, indeed. Something's very right.
What's up?
I've just come from a visit with Delia.
Dee?
She gave me a statement about her mental condition during the time of your marriage. I'm going to pass it along to the Chancery right away. I think the chances of your annulment are now excellent.
I can't believe it. What? Did she say why?
Well, she seems to want to do the right thing.
Well, Father, thanks.
I'm very pleased for you. Well, listen, we'll talk again when your plans are further along.
Yeah, you bet. So long. I don't believe it. She did it. She has agreed to make the statement.
Well, why in the devil would she...
Ours not to reason why. Ours just to get out of here and celebrate. Come on.
I still can't help but wonder. What in the world could have made Delia change her mind?
Parties, boys, and drama. Oh my. Catch up with the 5 sexy singles who are putting a new spin on Southern charm. Don't miss an all-new Southern Bells Louisville, Thursday at 10 on SoapNet.